Japan was never built to change quickly. For centuries, power in the Japanese archipelago followed rigid traditions, inherited authority, and carefully balanced hierarchies that valued continuity above all else. The emperor embodied legitimacy. The shogun exercised military authority, and regional daimyo ruled their lands according to customs that had remained largely unchanged for generations. Warfare followed established rules. Alliances were negotiated slowly, religion was protected, and tradition was rarely questioned. In this world, stability mattered more than efficiency, and caution was seen as wisdom rather than weakness. This was the Japan into which Oda Nobunaga was born in 1534, in Owari province, during the Sengoku period, an era of constant civil war in which no single power truly controlled the country. The Sengoku period was violent, but it was not chaotic in the modern sense. Conflict was constant, yet deeply structured. Power shifted gradually. Political marriages defined alliances. Lineage and reputation mattered as much as battlefield success. Religious institutions acted as political players, mediating disputes and protecting their own military interests. Buddhist warrior monks commanded armies and controlled key territories, often placing themselves above secular authority. Most daimyo accepted this balance of power, believing survival depended on respecting tradition rather than challenging it. Nobunaga rejected this belief entirely. From a young age, he mocked court etiquette, ignored expected behavior, and openly disrespected religious authority. Other daimyo dismissed him as reckless and unstable, assuming his behavior would eventually destroy his own clan. What they failed to understand was that Nobunaga did not merely oppose individual rivals. He opposed the system itself. Nobunaga understood something few others grasp. When everyone follows the same rules, the first person willing to break them gains an overwhelming advantage. Tradition slowed decision-making. Ritual delayed action. Respect for institutions created hesitation. Nobunaga believed speed, shock, and unpredictability were more powerful than numbers or lineage. He viewed warfare not as a ceremonial contest of honor, but as a political instrument designed to force rapid outcomes. His goal was not balance, but momentum. Once momentum was achieved, rivals would collapse under their own caution, unable to react quickly enough to survive. His first decisive test came in 1560 at the Battle of Okayazama Imagawa. Yoshimoto, one of the most powerful daimyo in Japan, marched toward Kyoto with an army far larger than Nobunaga's. Imagawa followed every rule of warfare. His forces advanced confidently, expecting submission rather than resistance. Conventional strategy dictated retreat or negotiation. Nobunaga chose neither, using terrain, weather, and precise timing. He launched a sudden and direct assault on Imagawa's command camp during a violent storm. Imagawa was killed, his army disintegrated, and a dominant regional power vanished in a single day. The victory shocked Japan. Nobunaga had ignored every accepted rule of warfare and demonstrated that speed and surprise could defeat overwhelming force. After Okayazama, Nobunaga expanded relentlessly across central Japan. He reorganized his armies to prioritize coordination, discipline, and logistics over individual valor. He embraced firearms earlier than most of his rivals, deploying arquebusiers in organized formations capable of sustained volleys. Rather than treating guns as auxiliary weapons, he integrated them into core battle strategy. Traditional samurai combat, centered on personal honor and ritualized engagement, could not compete with organized firepower and rapid movement. Castles that once required years to capture fell within months. Rivals who hesitated were eliminated before they could adapt. Nobunaga did not wait for alliances to stabilize or for political consensus to form. He forced decisions by acting faster than the political system could respond. As his power grew, Nobunaga began reshaping more than warfare. He understood that lasting dominance required economic and administrative change. He dismantled merchant guild monopolies, opening markets and weakening entrenched economic elites who had long supported rival clans. Castle towns were reorganized to serve as logistical hubs rather than ceremonial centers. Roads were secured, checkpoints controlled, and supply lines protected to ensure constant movement of troops, food, and weapons. Trade flourished under predictable authority, reinforcing Nobunaga's power even in regions he did not personally govern. His rule emphasized results over lineage. Generals were promoted for effectiveness rather than birth, and failure was punished regardless of status. This merit-based approach undermined the traditional hierarchy of the samurai class and accelerated the collapse of the old feudal order. Yet military rivals and economic elites were not Nobunaga's greatest obstacle. The most dangerous power in Japan remained religion. Buddhist warrior monks, particularly those based at Mount Hiei, near Kyoto, controlled territory, wealth, armed forces, and political influence. For generations, emperors, shoguns, and daimyo negotiated with them rather than confronting them. These institutions operated as parallel authorities capable of resisting secular rule. Nobunaga viewed this arrangement as incompatible with the centralized state he intended to build. Negotiation had failed. Balance had failed. Only decisive action remained. In 1571, Nobunaga ordered the complete destruction of Mount Hiei. His forces burned temples, killed monks, and slaughtered civilians who had taken refuge there. The act horrified allies and enemies alike. It was not an uncontrolled outburst of violence, but a calculated demonstration of power. By destroying an institution long considered untouchable, Nobunaga shattered the belief that tradition guaranteed protection. Across Japan, resistance weakened. Fear replaced negotiation as the dominant political language. Nobunaga's reputation alone became a weapon, often securing submission without battle. Despite his success, Nobunaga never completed the unification of Japan. His system expanded rapidly, but depended heavily on his personal authority. Institutions were dismantled faster than they were replaced, and loyalty was enforced through fear rather than durable legitimacy. Many daimyos submitted not because they believed in Nobunaga's vision, but because they feared the consequences of resistance. This made the system powerful, but fragile. In 1582, while staying at Hanaji Temple in Kyoto, Nobunaga was betrayed by his general Akechi Mitsuhide. Surrounded and abandoned, he realized his power structure could not protect him without his direct presence. Nobunaga died at Hanaji, choosing death rather than capture. At the height of his influence, the political structure Nobunaga created fractured almost immediately after his death. Yet his impact did not vanish. His successors learned from both his success and his failure. Toyotomi Hideyoshi adopted Nobunaga's military innovations to complete the unification of Japan, while Tokugawa Ieyasu drew a deeper lesson. Speed could conquer, but stability required restraint, patience, and institutions that could survive beyond a single ruler. Under the Tokugawa shogunate, Japan entered a long period of peace. Not by restoring old traditions, but by controlling and refining the centralized power Nobunaga had made possible. Oda Nobunaga did not live to rule a unified Japan, nor did he establish a lasting dynasty. He ruled through disruption rather than harmony, through transformation rather than consensus. He proved that tradition could be broken, institutions dismantled, and history forced to move faster than it was meant to.